Now I'm going to put the motion bob back on. If anyone wants it back off again, let me know. Kind of cheesing him right there. They can't shoot above that barrier. Kind of a mean thing to do, right? And also, as I'm playing, let me know if some of the enemies clip through the walls. So sometimes enemies will appear in front of walls. That's a normal Doom 64 thing. But if their edges clip into the side of the walls, that is something I'm on the lookout for. There we go. Alright, Terraformer. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, that beta. So this is what I'm running. I'm running that beta right now. You need to use a ROM patcher and run it on an emulator. But yeah, this is what I'm running. So it's fully complete until I find a bug as we're playtesting. So got 2 of them. Oh, nice. I got that one for me. Got these health here. So no, you have to run it on either N64 hardware using a flash card, or run it on an emulator. So like Project 64 or Mupen 64, and I can always hook you up with one of them. Doom 64 tends to run pretty well on those emulators, so. It's just that the emulators don't always support all the video options I have, but in terms of turning off the 3-point linear filtering, you can. So, okay. The light amplification goggles still do a little bit, even on this light max brightness setting. I made sure to at least have them do something, and not have them blinding. Oh, how do you get back there, you bastard? Snuck in there. See, all these demons are bastards. That's what I'm saying. Controversial opinion. Right. But those emulators should work fine with the controller, Migo, and they should run fine on your system too. Hey, Verka. Yeah, Verka and I just chatted for quite a bit today. I think it's over there. Thanks for stopping by. So, you need to have, to install this, Migo, you need to have a Doom 64 ROM, and then you can apply one of those patches. So I made sure not to include any of the Doom 64 assets. So, because with just avoiding any copyright problems with that. And so, if you get a hold of a Doom 64 ROM, I gave you a couple links in the README for a patcher to patch them, and then you can patch it. And if anyone watches the stream or this video and has a flash cart in a European region, I'm looking for it to be tested, because the code seems to have the PAL setting automatically set in there. So I'm interested to see how it runs in there. He just ate that. So I reduced the hitboxes of the enemies to match their sprites more, which means if your aim is not good, they will just eat your shots because they absorb less of the pellets. There you go. I usually like killing these imps up here first. So, Boo, let me think. I don't know what region you're in, but if you're in Europe, I would just like to see this tested on a European N64. Yeah, oh, awesome. Awesome. So yeah, I would like to see how it runs on the N64 console. So I have the patch in there. So if you patch, you can patch any of the, there's a patch for every region. And I noticed the code has specific settings for the PAL region. So I just want to know if it runs on a PAL setting. Oh, I hear there's specters in there. Fuck. Okay. Those guys, I heard them run across. Hey, Francis. So, Merciless Edition is my modification of the reverse engineered Doom 64 source code by Eric194. And I add various video features, and I add a new difficulty setting, so in that reverse engineering, Eric added a nightmare mode, and I further add things to it, making the enemies more difficult. But the player gets some buffs in terms of weapon switch speed, and they get better ammo. And so, yeah, so it's like a mode if you want a more violent Doom 64, more action-paced, and a little bit less forgiving. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, Boo. 342. Just let me know if it runs on your system fine. Here's the crushers. I'm always bound to get crushed by these guys. No matter how many times I go through this level, I get squished. We'll see. Ooh. Oh, the bots found me. Ah, I'll let them get floated off into the void. yeah, there's, so I don't know all of Doom 64's secrets either. There's some I'm going to miss. For sure. So, Verka, I use what they call a flash cart, which is basically a field programmable array chip in a N64 cartridge, and it takes the data from a flash cart and spoofs it, the N64, into thinking it's an actual cartridge inserted with a ROM, and then N64 loads it into the memory and runs it just like a normal N64 cartridge. So the one I have is called EverDrive 64, but there's also ones out there called the 64 Drive too, and I think there's other versions and other types being worked on as well. Got that. I'm going to go this way. That I don't know. If it has a specific CIC. Okay, I'm gonna grab this chain gun. Ah, I didn't get the barrel before that. There we go. I always like to get the most barrel damage as possible with that chain gun. There we go. Okay, go this way. Alright, thanks, Boo. Can't we all just be friends? Apparently not. Man, if my aim would be improved, right? There we go. Oh, Francis, so this only runs on N64 hardware or emulator ROM patches. So I should probably put a more description in README of how to run it, but basically you need to have an N64 ROM, patch it, then either run it on a flash cart with N64 hardware, or you need to run it on an emulator. And maybe I should recommend some emulators too, so like Project 64 or Mupen 64. Yeah. So EX does not run from the ROM directly. What it does is it extracts the WAD and then takes the WAD and in Doom format and runs it. So EX is only a partial reverse engineering of Doom 64. It's not a full one, which is why it doesn't run this. This is based on the fully reverse engineered Doom 64 code. There we go. So this is a bit unusual way of running things in the Doom community, for sure. Where you are used to downloading WADs, running them in EX or GZ Doom or Chocolate Doom or Crispy or Edge. These hit scanners, they just chip away at your health. Sometimes, so I reduce the hit scanner boxes too, so sometimes they just eat a bullet or two. Yeah, and feel free to send me messages on Discord too, and I'll get you guys set up running this as well. The N64 community is set up to run this kind of stuff, but the Doom community it's a bit different. I need that stim pack. See, one of those imps ran down the stairs, and they normally can't do that because their hitboxes are so wide, so much bigger than their sprite, that they cannot use those stairs. They get stuck. But in this higher difficulty, their hitboxes are lower, so they can get down those stairs. There's so much more to learn. Migo. When I talk to the N64 guys or the people that do the Doom source ports, they know so much more than I do. Alright, I'm gonna grab some health before I attempt that hit scanner room. I'm just gonna walk around the edge and get the berserk over here. There we go. Punch. Go. And you see, like, Doom 64 runs pretty well on the Nintendo 64. It's pretty smooth. Yeah, sure, Francis. Yeah. Feel free, since you invited me so nicely into your server as well and let me spam in there. Yeah. Send some messages over. I'm fine with that. You've been a kind member of the Doom community. Oh no, dog, you can't walk there. The dog tried to unplug all my stuff. Scooter. Look at all that nice sounds of the shotgun. Yeah, that might happen eventually, Migo. Once I learn more C programming, I can get the Doom 64 compression algorithms implemented, and I can put some custom maps and stuff in here. And you just have to talk someone into making it. And that guy just like, not today. Oh. They're getting the best of me in here. See, with the reduced hitboxes, it takes sometimes a few shots at this distance to get them. Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, with zombie men, they don't do any more damage. They're just more aggressive, and they move around a bit better, and their hitboxes are more matching their sprite, so... And then, buff them in terms of how many hits they can take or the damage that they deal. You know, just made them more realistic to their pixel sizes and made them more aggressive. So I want to go this way. Oh, okay. Maybe I bundled a different patch in there, Boo. Yeah, well, you can try running one of the other ROMs and seeing if that goes. I don't know if that will change the any of the other options, but oh, the Indian settings. It may be little Indian. I did see some little Indian stuff in there, but don't quote me on that. I used the beat patcher and it's kept it on the default setting. Alright, another level bites of dust. Haven't died yet. Yeah, and there's been quite a few premieres of videos on Francis's Discord. It's been a pretty cool place. I've enjoyed it there. Oh, no problem, Francis. You have a great community going on over there.